Hello guys, welcome to my world of programming. My name is Tumitladi, and what's on agenda today? On the agenda, we're going to talk about .NET Web API and .NET MVC. There's something that they share in common, which is a Sentry. What is a Sentry? It's going to be part one, right? Before I continue, I would like and recommend that you check this YouTube channel of mine. I know you will find it interesting. Secondly, all the videos I'm making showing off that which you can have as an expectation, touching from database, mobile, and web, different parts of the system. I'm uploading them on YouTube, and YouTube is a place where things are done uninterrupted, right? Unlike on the socials where I'm censored and blocked. So, what on earth is Sentry? What is this guy? So, Sentry, it's an open source full stack error tracking system. It supports a wide range of server, browser, desktop, and native mobile languages and frameworks, including PHP. I don't care about this language, I care about C# because I'm a C# developer, right? Sentry is a third-party service to track errors and monitor performance. It helps developers to monitor, fix crashes in real time, and optimize the performance in the code. All right, we're done with that. Okay. So this is my dashboard. This is how it looks like. Currently, I'm working with licensing tips. This is my other project that I'm still busy with. And the name of the project is incorrect. I'll fix it. So for LHT, I'm gonna get insight, right? So this is the project where you're gonna be reading a lot about what's going on in here. So firstly, let's go and look at how do you set this up. So I'm gonna use MVC this time because the MVC it's running right now here it is, and I'm gonna show off certain things. Firstly, you need to get this NuGet package. So it's called Sentry.Serilog, and then you need to get the Serilog.Sinks.Sentry for ASP.NET Core, because remember it's a full stack, you can target all of them, right? So you need this. In fact, even this one, Serilog.ASP.NET Core, you need these three guys. All three of them. You need them to make it work. Right. When do you register it? Normally you would register it on program.class, but I removed all of them because I only have one line, one line, which is the installers, right? So there I have broken the installers in pieces. One of them is Serilog installer, just a normal class that implements this interface. And then this method install services. So there I'm saying log.logger. It took me a while to figure this thing out, but though the documentation is great. Log.logger, new logger configuration, .write to Sentry, right? Options such as number one, DNS. They will give you your own DNS, right? It's a unique one, it's long. And then I decide to say minimum breadcrumb level error and a minimum event level error. And I'm going to say create logger. That's the only thing I have to do for the entire project. I did this for both MVC and Web API. Where are the installers? And here it is. Good. So now you know for both platforms. So we are done with that. Then how do we make use of it? So let's firstly start with looking at the dashboard, right? So here, let's see. Let's do this for the password. They want me to upgrade, so I can't do that. 30 days. Show me something. Do you have anything? Oh, there's something there. All right. So there are errors on these days. Okay. All events. Okay, I know the most juicy thing for me, what I use, it's always going to be on issues. That's the most juicy thing that I use, right? So I'm gonna filter this by 30 days because I know there have been some issues there and I will just know. So let's give it a couple of seconds. There we go. There's something that popped up and we'll take a look at it. Right. So how does it work? Number one, you see this try and catch block. Normally you would do a lot of things and say, try this. If it fails, catch exception. We've been taught this from, I don't know, maybe from Crash. So let me choose, I'm going to use example of this guy, which is the contact page, right? I'm going to click the button send. For now, if I click send without filling the form, what is it going to do? Let you ask the question. Hit send. It's going to try to submit. It should come with the error. Error. There we go. There's an error. All the fields are required to be filled in before sending your message, blah 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 blah, and the map is now only showing up. It's okay. Good. So we're going to use that as an example. So let's quickly go to controllers, and let's go to general. Let's go to home controller, and let's go all the way there. There we go, where we post, right? You see I have a try and the catch block. See this? I love it. So this is the guy that we're going to focus on. Can you see I've already set it up? Because everywhere where there's a try and catch block, I'm doing a couple of things. Number one, I'm saying log.error, and then I'm gonna say, listen, this will be the exception and this will be the message template. There's a custom one for each and every controller. I'm gonna say, because you're anonymous, remember you have not logged in, you're not being authenticated, so you're anonymous. So if there's something wrong there, what I'm gonna do is that it's gonna say anonymous caused exception on what? Contact. The contact page, right? Contact page. But that action happened because of HTTP post. There's a reason why. Sometimes you want to do that on HTTP get, where you're doing something that is intense, which needs try and catch block, right? So after that, I'm gonna say Sentry.sdk, right? Capture exception, the same exception, right? And then I'm just gonna show you the error message, and then I'm gonna, return it back. So I want to use this as example. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy this guy. Remember, if you're not, okay, if it's success, oh, this is the one that showed the error message. So before it shows the error message, because you did not fill in anything, I'm going to show you this. So I'm gonna say anonymous, but we don't have an exception, so we need to be able to create an exception. Can't I say new exception? I'm just wondering, right? It's gonna need some sort of an exception, right? It's fine, let's do that. And I'm just gonna say this happened on HTTP post, and just say by Tutoring, right? And obviously we don't have that. I wonder if it's gonna work. Can I do something to cause exception to occur? Yeah, no, let's not do that. Let's try to do it something that will cause exception to occur. Let's just do something stupid there, and let's see if this will cause an exception, right? So I'm going to restart it, firing again. Let's see if this will cause an exception. I'm very, very curious, because I want that to trigger the actual exception. I want that to be caught, but I just want to show you the power of this. Okay, we need to stop that. Do this. Listen, I'm gonna do part 2, right? I'm gonna fire this guy, and then I'm gonna do part 2, and I want you to pay attention to what I'm gonna do, right? So we are about to see that. How does that work? I can show you all of this only for 25 Rand per session. In that session, you get a full hour uninterrupted. You get to ask questions. Anything that you want me to show you, I will show you, from the portals, everything, how to set anything and everything, for only 25 Rand per session, a full hour, anytime or any day from Monday until Friday, Monday to Friday, right? From 8 p.m. until 9 p.m. This is what I've used to build this system. Remember, this system is not just the MVC that you see. It also has the back end, which is the web API. It has both Android app and iOS. All this is knowledge. It's something I can teach you. How do you send the emails? How do you do all of that? I can teach you all of this. I'm going to leave my numbers.